Hey guys, this is Sean from Shano's RC, doing this video on behalf of King's RC. This is my custom TRX4 Sport that I've modified, and if you have a quick look in the window you might notice something that's missing in there. So what's got to go in there? Boom! Got the Hobbywing AXE 3300 kV. Alrighty, so let's have a look in the box, shall we? So it looks like in the box you get two smaller boxes. Dump those bad boys out. So this one seems to have the ESC, and oh, there's the pretty bad boy there. Give us 2 seconds and I'll whip these bad boys open and show you the goods. Alrighty, as you can see I've got those two boxes opened up and empty. Don't need those no more. So in the ESC box you've got the ESC itself, 2 zip ties, some Hobbywing stickers if that's your thing, little bag of goodies with some heat shrink and a double stick pad, and then in the motor box you got the actual Xeron 3300 kV motor and a 12 tooth pinion. Cool, let's get installing. Alrighty. To start off with, we'll rip this body off. Don't need that at this moment. Alrighty, so to get this motor installed you have to take out these 3 screws on the motor housing. So just grab your Allen key, pop those bad boys out. 1, 2, and last but not least, pop this bad boy out. Cool. After you've popped those 3 screws out, this little motor housing should just pop off, and sometimes your motor plate will get stuck in there. Mine has stayed in the housing. That just slides out. That out the way for now. So this piece is what we need. We need to put our motor into this piece. So in order to do that, I'm going to be using this axial 15 tooth pinion, and going by the traxxas spec, as I have the 39 tooth spur, we will need to put the motor into hole A. I'll get that sorted and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, now as you can see I've screwed the motor in, put a little bit of Loctite on those screws so they don't vibrate loose. Now we've got to set up the pinion gear on the motor. So to do that you want to grab your pinion, sticker on there, and bring it over. Now it's a tight squeeze to get these 550 Xeron axes into the TRX4 Sport. Once you get it in there, all you want to do is line up the gears. Oh, get these cables out your way. So if you look down in there, see how they're not quite lined up? Just kind of work them. And there we go. So you can see they're lined up pretty well now. Once you've got them lined up, all you want to do is do up that grub screw nice and tight. And I'll be back in a minute once I've got that sorted. Alrighty, now that that's all sorted, one thing to mention is when you're setting this mesh, as you see how it looks like it's a bit off now, you got to remember that once the cover is back on, that'll sit more like that. So make sure you push your motor forward when you're doing it, because otherwise your mesh will be wrong. Cool. Once that's done, now you just got to put the cover back on. So he just slots back on. Those 3 screws go back in, and I'll be back in a moment once I've got those put back in for you. Alright, now that I've got that screwed in, it's time to choose a spot for the ESC. So I've decided that I'm going to stick my ESC right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab some rubbing alcohol. I've just got some in this spray bottle here. Just give the surface a good spray. And just grab a paper towel or something and give it a good clean, because you want the double stick adhesive to stick well. Alrighty, now that I've given that a good clean, you want to take your ESC, check that your wires are going to reach, and then stick your double stick tape on the bottom. Cool. And then peel off the other side. Come on. Come on. Cool. To get that going, it can be a little bit difficult to get it off at times. Cool, just grab your ESC, decide where you want to stick it, and then just push it down firm. Alright, now that's stuck. I'm going to grab your motor control wire. Don't need that fan wire at the moment. And then you can just, I just route under this battery tray lid here. Cool. And then he comes across and just snuck in down here. This little black one is my ESC. So just got to plug him in. Come on. Bit difficult to do with one hand. Cool. So that's all in there. I'll tidy that up a bit later. And then this little bad boy, I like to stick him just in here, so that way I can reach in with my finger and turn the ESC on quite easily. Cool. Next step is to prep your motor wires to be soldered on. So they've got to be soldered onto these 3 posts. I'll get my soldering iron heated up and then I'll show you the next stage. Alrighty guys, so the next step is to cut your leads to length and then pre-tin, what's known as tinning the leads. So what you do is, if you can get it to focus, as you can see there's a bit of solder on those, as well as on these posts. You want to get a bit of solder on them, ready to go. And then once you've done that, what you're going to do is you'll take your cable, heat it up on top of your post until it pops in there nice and neat, and then you are done. One important note is these cables have a polarity on which way they have to go. If you look down there on the motor, you see how it says A, B and C. That needs to match up with the corresponding A, B and C on the ESC. Once that's done, your system is essentially set up, just a little bit of tidy up, make everything look neat, and you are good to go. Alrighty guys, as you can now see, I've soldered those cables on, tidied up the wiring a little bit, and she's ready to go. Stay tuned for some crawling performance videos. That's Sean out. Take it easy guys.